Okay. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Shani.
Hey, you haven't been with us, but we've been talking about goal setting or making changes,
My favourite stuff.
one of your favorite topics. So I just wondered whether you were willing to share some of the stuff that you do around planning and plotting for your life.
Absolutely. Do you want to go for the full kit and caboodle, the diary first and then the 315?
I reckon let's start with the diary and see how we go.
I'm glad I had it here. So, once a week, I take myself out for breakfast and I write in this diary, and in the front, I write the date and then kind of a stream of consciousness, whatever. And then at the back, I write the date and I write three things to do this week, three things to do this month, three successes, and an affirmation. That's it pretty much. I just read back through the stream of consciousness and see what kind of repetitious themes or whatever come out. And then I turn those into goals. And if it's a big goal, I set it for the 3 months. And if it's a little goal, I set it for the week. And also sometimes, most of the time, the week goals are things that need to be done in order to get to the month goals.
So you're not talking about, take out the laundry and things like that. It's not a to-do list.
It's more like a nudge. There's no point putting things on there that you know that you're going to do anyway. It's more like a little reminder to yourself to bring it into your consciousness and to be able to tick off, so you get the joy of being able to tick it off and go, yep, I did that.
Do you get when you tick it off, when you've done it?
Well, if you do all three things for that week, then you get a gold star, and when you go out for breakfast, you're allowed to have chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a bit more about that when we get to living healthy, hey?
Okay.
Now, so that's your weekly little routine.
Yep.
And we'll send a little note out to everyone about that structure so that they can think about using it in their own lives as well. But do you want to talk about your 315?
Sure. I'll put the weekly diary aside and grab out the 315. So 315 I usually do about 4 times a year, i.e. every 3 months. So it's a planning
Hang
thing.
on. What does 315 stand for?
3 months, 1 year, 5 years.
Hence
315.
you do it 3-4 times a year.
So what I do is down one side I write 3 months, 1 year, 5 years, and across the top I write friends and family, vocational, financial, emotional, spiritual, and other, which is kind of health, education and recreation. And that way you've sort of got a grid of, in one direction, time, and in another direction, different areas of your life. And it basically allows you to think forward. The 5-year one is really like a long-term, where do I see myself being? And then the 1 year and the 3 months are kind of stepping stones to help you get to the 5-year thing.
So give an example maybe in relation to your family.
Okay. So for instance, one of the things that I might want to do in my long term, in 5 years, is to be having a good connection with my brother Hamish. And so along the way, one of the things that I might do for the 1 year is to maybe organise a trip to go up and see him in Geraldton, and that could be kind of linked in with some work stuff. And then one of the things, say 3 months, would be to contact him by Skype at least, say every, couple of weeks. So that way they're all kind of leaning towards the place that you want to end up.
Tim, sometimes millionaires and people will use a structure like this to go, I'm going to be mortgage free by such and such a time. What's the difference with yours?
Well, that would go under financial vocational, and what this process allows you to look on how you've set your life up. So if you find, for instance, that everything that you've written down nearly falls under financial vocational, maybe you might find that you've relationships are just dropping away and they're not really balanced. Or if you find like recreational stuff's really blossoming, but you might find your financials like not really doing well at all. So it's a way of kind of, those particular headings are random. I picked them because they work for me, but it allows you to see if your life is in balance. And in the same way, the time frame, if you find it really easy to fill in the 3-month one, it means that you're kind of like good on short-term planning, but you don't necessarily have a long-term clear vision of where you want to go. And some people are the other way. They know exactly where they want to be, or they've got a real sense of where they want to be in the long term, but being able to turn that long-term goal into achievable smaller steps along the way. They're just not very good at it. You know that old saying, how does it go? Dream without action remains a dream, whereas action without a dream simply passes the time of day. It's that kind of finding that balance and being able to bring both of them together.
Tim, do you think people could use this if they were wanting to make sustainable changes in their physical home and their household and environment?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, you could actually either set up a whole separate thing, so that you have friends and family, vocational, financial, or you could just have 5 lists instead of 4, or you might rewrite them entirely.
So people can use it however they want,
Absolutely.
or they can not use it at all. So we might have a little chat now about whether there's other ways that people do vision setting or planning or goal setting in their lives. But yeah, thanks Tim for sharing yours.